I teach art at a women's prison. Yesterday, an inmate showed me a portrait that broke my heart. I've been teaching art classes at Lakewood Correctional for 5 years. Most of my students are serving long sentences for serious offenses, but I've learned not to look up their crimes. It's better to know them only through their art. Melissa joined my class 3 months ago, mid-30s, quiet with a soft southern accent and hands that never seemed to stop trembling. Like most new inmates who stick to simple projects, she immediately asked for colored pencils and spent every session hunched over her work, shielding it from view. "I'm not ready to share yet," she whispered whenever I approached. I respected her privacy. Art is often the only space these women have that belongs entirely to them. Yesterday, she finally slid her sketchbook across the table. "I finished it," she said, her voice barely audible. The portrait showed a young girl, maybe 7 years old, with wild curly hair and a missing front tooth. The skill was remarkable professional level, but what struck me was the expression. The girl was laughing, caught in a moment of pure joy, surrounded by floating dandelion seeds that seemed to dance around her. "My daughter," Melissa explained. "This is how I remember her before everything happened." I nodded, unsure what to say. Her file hadn't mentioned the child. "I was a good mom," she continued, tracing the edge of the paper. "I had a career, a house, a husband who was respected in our community, but he had problems. Rose I pretended not to see. Her husband had been violent, but only behind closed doors. Police had been called multiple times, but he was a prominent local business and charges were always dropped. She tried to leave twice, but he found them both times. The last night he was angrier than I'd ever seen him, said if he couldn't have us, nobody would." Her voice remained eerily calm. "I put Lily to bed and went downstairs to talk to him. I thought I could reason with him, make him understand we needed time apart." She described finding him in the garage, pouring gasoline around the perimeter of the house. "I tried to stop him. We struggled, and," she stopped, looking down at her trembling hands. "The fire spread so quickly I ran upstairs for Lily, but there was so much smoke I couldn't see, couldn't breathe. Firefighters pulled Melissa out, but they couldn't reach her daughter in time in her grief-stricken state with burns covering her arms." She confessed to starting the fire during an argument. Her court-appointed lawyer advised a plea deal. 15 years seemed fair, she whispered. "I couldn't save her." Only years later, after therapy in prison, did she begin to understand. She'd been coerced both by her husband in life and by a justice system that failed to protect her. "I draw her every day," she said. "Different ages, different places, what she might look like in school, at prom, graduating college, the life she should have had." I asked if I could arrange for her to meet with the prison's legal aid clinic. She shook her head. "My appeal was denied last month," she explained. "But I wanted you to know why I take your class these hours. They're the only time I get to be with her. I've seen many haunting things in this prison, but watching Melissa carefully return the portrait to her folder, handling it like the precious, fragile thing it represented, might be the saddest in a place where time stretches endlessly forward. She spends every day reaching backward, trying to hold on to someone already gone."